Good morning. Good morning. It's a beautiful day. Hioho, mitakiape, avrilcordova, yimachiape, malakota, and Taos Pueblo. My Thama is Joseph Conquilla Cordova. My Ina or my Ka is Patricia Crow Cordova. I'm sixth generation from Chief Red Cloud. I'm the operator of AC and Associates, and I'm a co-host for today's show. And I'm so excited to be here. I'm also excited to have these beautiful people. So thank you for being here. I'm going to go ahead and have this beautiful young lady introduce herself, and then we'll move on to the other exciting individual that's here. So go ahead, Steph.
Kualito Nasi, Namotoka Stephanie. Good morning, everybody. My name is Stephanie. I'm the youth organizer for Pukuu Cultural Community Services. I am Coca and Chicana, and I am very happy to be here with all of y'all today and our amazing guests. I'll pass it over to Eric.
Hi. Thank you, Stephanie. Hello, everyone. My name is Eric Sanchez. I am Navajo Mexican, and I'm the Executive Director for Pukuu Cultural Community Services. And it's great to be here. Great to be able to participate in the Pukuu Wellness Hour. And I really thank all of you for joining us this morning. And I do hope you're able to get a lot of good information, a lot of wonderful experiences, hopefully, and we have a good time, right, April?
Right. Eric, it is so good to have you back. It's so good to have you here. I'm so excited for today's show. So, thank you for being here as the executive director. I truly appreciate all your hard work and helping me to make this dream come true. So, thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. Today is October 13th, and the Pukuu Wellness Hour would like to welcome you to today's live event. What is this event about? The Pukuu Wellness Hour is a time to connect, to gather safely, and get informed. We're so happy and honored to have you here today. So, quick question: who has seen Reservation Dogs? What's your favorite character? Have you learned new beats or music from the show? We have some amazing guests, which include MATO, who's Oglala Lakota. MATO is the guy who makes that music happen on Res Dogs. So congrats to the show, who has been renewed for season 2, and um who's looking forward to season 2? I've watched all of the seasons. Skoden, let's do this. Let's see the chat, the number 2, for those that are excited to see season 2. So in the chat, put a number 2. Our second guest is Val Contreras from UAII COVID Response Team. He is here today to co-host the segment with Mato, so we'll see him in just a bit. And the segment of our chat will be a great segment. We're gonna hear some great information. If you don't know Val, you will get to meet him, to look into his music love. Let us know where you're checking in from today. Today's event is geared towards music, resilience, wellness, and COVID information. We'd like to thank those that have already registered for today's event. If you didn't get a chance, that's okay. You can still register. We got you. You can still register for today's event with a free chance to win online giveaways. Who loves online giveaways?
Yay!
So today we're giving away $25 electronic gift card to both Target, to Amazon, and we have some prizes, such as Pukuu swag and UAII swag. We have a lot of prizes, so please feel free to register. The link can be found at bit.ly/Pukuu Wellness Hour October 13th. So Eric, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Yes. Well, first, I want to just thank everyone out there. This has been a really difficult year for me. Had a lot of loss, a lot of dealing with a lot of different things. Um, you know, the process of grief and recovery is never an easy one. It's full of a lot of bumps and how different curves and things that are unforeseen, and so it's definitely been difficult. But we continue to. I mean, I think as long as we're here, we have to keep trying, right? and keep faith that there's the possibility for hope in the next day, right? Um, and every day's a challenge sometimes. Like yesterday, I did have an anxiety attack, and so I had to do some breathing and just take my time and just not try to overwhelm myself. I am going to therapy, for example, which is interesting, because it's all telehealth or virtual, and so it's a really weird sort of process. But still, I think we have to try different approaches. I think to figuring out what's best for our mental health and well-being, and I would encourage folks to talk about these things, to share, don't bottle it up, and find your support, wherever you can find it. Find those people that you can call and, bug whenever you need to, like avrilcordova, who I really am very thankful that she's in my life and I can talk to, and she can put up with my stuff with all the drama, with all the issues. And, but it's not, like I said, a clear-cut process. There's going to be times where you have a good day, and you're going to have a not so good day, and that's okay. It's okay that things are not okay, and that you're not okay. And I want people to know that. I also want to say thank you to our collaborators, to the people that work with us. It's not easy to put on this savvy production that Avril puts on, and so we're really thankful to AC and Associates. We're really thankful to powwows.com and to United American Indian Involvement, and to our wonderful to the wonderful Connor Chi, who created the music at the beginning, which actually helped me to feel more at ease, right, coming into the program, and of course getting all the wonderful information at the beginning. There's a lot of different individuals, people that are behind the scenes making all of this magic work, and we have, and then Stephanie, Robin, and Evelyn, and now B, and our wonderful staff, and the people at Pukuu that make this all happen. And I want to also thank the Ferdinand Daniel Tatavian Band of Mission Indians. Right now I'm in San Fernando. I'm in the homelands of the Ferdinand Daniel Tatavian. It's important to recognize whose land we're on, and to recognize the struggle continues. That there are issues that each of our tribes deal with, usually related to, of course, land back, right? Treaties not being honored or even recognized, and a host of different problems and issues that our peoples continue to grapple with on a daily basis, right? But I think reaffirming our existence, our humanity, and that we will persevere is fundamental. And we just had Indigenous Peoples Day, right? And yay, go, go, go. And we have to continue. I mean, it's Indigenous Peoples Day every day, right? So we got to keep that up. And I think that will help us. It helps me, to feel centered. It helps me feel better. I hope it helps all of you too. So again, thank you to everyone. It's a community makes this happen. And it's for the community that we do this work. So okay, thank you, Ahiahe, for everything.
Eric, thank you so much for being real, for stating your truth and stating your healing. I truly appreciate that. And it was a surprise to hear it, but I'm glad that you are able to come on here and let our viewers know that, it is a struggle. Grief and life itself can be a struggle, but to know that there is support, that people that you can call, I'm so glad to see you back, and, keeping your head up. Like Cheryl Martin says in the comments, keep your head up, and, we got this. I got you. We've all been through something, and we definitely, want to send you virtual hugs and, prayers for your everyday life. And like you said, every day is a struggle, but also every minute and every hour can be a struggle. But today we have an hour of fun, we have an hour of music and wellness, and I'm just thankful to see your handsome face, and I'm so also thankful to see Stephanie's beautiful face. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Steph, and she's going to go ahead and have some words as well.
Thank you so much, Avril. Thank you so much, Eric, for your words. It's always very amazing to just hear everyone's personal experiences, because I think we can all relate to them and learn from them. As Eric mentioned, he is zooming in from the Fernandinho Tataviam Band of Mission Indians tribal offices. One good way that we like to also open up the show is by having a land acknowledgement. What Eric was saying, it's always important to recognize the land we're on. Monday was Indigenous Peoples Day, but for Indigenous people everywhere and for people who are living in unceded territories, it's Indigenous people every day. So San Fernando acknowledges and recognizes the first people of Pasenga, which is the unceded territories of the Pasevitan. And we honor their elders, past and present, and their descendants who are now citizens of the Fernandinho Tataviam Band of Mission Indians. And the Fernandinho Tataviam Band of Mission Indians is a coalition of 26 lineages and is one of the 3 indigenous tribes of Los Angeles County, along with the Chumash and the Gabrielino Tongva. Yeah, so it's always important to know where you're at. And if you don't, y'all can drop in the chat what native lands y'all are zooming in from, where you're zooming in from.
Yes, let's see where you guys are where you're watching from. We have right now, I am on the lands of the Snow Mountain Paiute, which is also known as Northern Las Vegas. Woohoo! I'm in Vegas.
The party town. I keep saying zooming in, but we're on Facebook Live. I forget.
So yeah, Facebook Live, YouTube Live. Thanks for giving that reminder, because if you can't get it here, some people are having difficulties on Facebook. You can always go to YouTube and watch it on AC and Associates YouTube page. So I am in Vegas. We do not party over here. I don't party over here, but it is a great town, 24 hours all the time. But I'm trying to get Eric out here and the Pukuu team out here so we can just have, show them around. There's a lot of great things out here in Vegas, but there's a lot of great things in LA too, and in San Fernando. San Fernando has a lot of great things happening, and Pukuu does a lot of great things, such as the food drive, and they're also looking for volunteers. So the last time we were here, I know the Duran family had said that they were interested in volunteering. So make sure to get in contact with them so that they can use your help. They have food to give away, and we're always looking for people to give back. So we have some individuals in the chat that are checking in. Joanna Ferguson is watching from Gabrielino Tongva land. Woohoo! So with giving back, we are always thankful that you all are watching. And if you're watching live, we're excited that you're here. And if you're watching in the replay, then thank you for watching. Again, Eric did mention some of our collaborators, powwows.com. Paul, thank you so much for allowing us to, stream. But right now, we're going to go ahead and give back because you guys give to us. And the way that we do it is... Boo, boo, boo. Can somebody help me out?
Spin that wheel!
Yes! All right. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. So if you've registered, what that means is you actually are going to be put into a drawing, and you're going to win some gift cards. So what is it that we have as our first gift card? An Amazon. And don't forget to check out Amazon Smiles. If you shop on Amazon, Amazon Smiles, and pick Pukuu Cultural Community Services as your nonprofit of choice. Some pennies go back to Pukuu, but those pennies add up. And we definitely
use all the pennies we can get.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna spin
That.
that wheel.
Wow.
Alejandra Barbosa.
Boo, boo, boo. Alejandra, you just won yourself a $25 gift card to Amazon. Thank you. We'll have that sent out to you at the end of the show. And if you don't receive it within 2 weeks, let us know. But here we go with our next one. We're giving out five items, guys. So let's go with our next item. Here we go. What do we do?
Spin that wheel.
Target gift
Yay.
card.
Yes. Hold on.
Sandra Hill.
Sandra Hill. Boo, boo, boo.
Woo.
You are the winner of a Target gift card, $25. All right. So let's keep spinning this wheel. We'll shuffle it up a little bit and see who our next winner is. Here we go.
Spin the wheel.
Thank you.
Theodore Logan.
Boo, boo, boo. You are the winner of a Amazon gift
Amazon
card.
gift card. Woo.
Awesome. Okay, we have 2 more cards. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle this up a bit. And we are going to
Spin that wheel.
Spin it.
yes, spin it, spin
Spin
it,
it.
spin it, spin it. Here we go.
Jonathan Orozco. Woo.
Woo! You're the winner.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. You're the winner of a Target card. Boo, boo,
Woo.
boo. Okay, we're going to
Target.
shuffle this up. And we are going to go to our last one, right? Our last card.
Amazon
Okay.
gift card.
Amazon gift card. Here we go. We're going to
Spin the wheel.
spin the wheel.
Tracy Lee Nelson.
Oh my gosh. We have a
Congratulations.
artist in the his A. If you guys don't know Tracy Lee Nelson, check him out on Spotify. I'm sure he's on all kinds of platforms. He's an amazing, amazing artist who we actually have had on the show before. He's clicked on and sang us a song. Maybe he'll sing us the song at the end of today if he's watching. But thank you, Tracy, for being here and checking us out. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we're going to go ahead and what are we doing next? There are other ways that we open the show in a good way, and that is with prayer. So we're going to go ahead and breathe. Here's one thing that I do when I'm working. I work late nights, early mornings. One of the things that I like to do is watch TED Talks. I don't know if you guys all watch TED Talks, but I watch a lot of YouTube. Do you watch it, Steph?
Yeah, I love watching TED Talks. They're amazing. A lot of topics.
Yeah, a lot of great topics. And some things that I watch, sometimes I watch this and I don't have the name of the person that was talking about it, but she was like, how do you go in front of an audience and be okay? Because this is live, guys. So we tend to get nervous, you know? So one of the things that she said was put your finger on your diaphragm and breathe in and then breathe out. and breathe in and breathe out. And how can you go wrong if you're breathing in that love and breathing out that negativity? So it fills you up with love, and that's how we get through it. So here's what we're going to get through. I'm going to say a prayer, and I'm very much thankful that everybody's watching. And that's the way that we open things, is with the prayer. So, Creator, we come today with open hearts and open minds, thankful for the many blessings that you provide us on a minute, monthly, second basis, from the ability to walk, talk, be here today, to gather, to laugh, to dance, to get some good information, whether it be breathing, music, wellness, COVID information. We're thankful that you're here to watch and that we're here to be here for you. Creator, continue to watch over the individuals that are watching now and in the replay. Continue to keep them healthy, wealthy, and safe, and continue to provide them blessings as you've provided me. Ta'a pilamayaye, gracias, etiehe, ajona slay, ajona slay, ajona slay, ajona slay. Amen. All right. How you guys feeling? How you guys feeling? How you guys feeling?
Good. Thank you so much,
Good.
April.
Good. Yeah.
I
Okay.
always love your prayer. I think specifically hearing you pray the way you pray, I love it, and everything that you pray for.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Some people say that I talk fast, or I always forget, but I try to do it the same because it helps me, you know?
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and pass it back over to Pukuu to talk about some other things that are happening.
Yes. All right. So who is graduating or is a college student? If you know anyone who is a college student and who is graduating, currently graduating college student, we have our Pukuu scholarship is open. Our applications were actually extended to the 25th of October, so y'all have more time, but it is approaching. So definitely, I recommend all of y'all to go ahead and apply. The process is really easy, just filling out a Google form, unofficial school transcripts, and at least one letter of recommendation. So I think that this is a really great opportunity for all of our Native youth, graduating high school students, and current college students, and it's also open to graduate students as well. So if you want more information, make sure to click on the link that is going to be up, or go to pukuu.com/scholarships. And if you have any questions, you can also email scholarships@pukuu.org. Sorry about that. And our scholarship recipients will be honored at our annual Night with the Stars event. So this is going to be our 17th annual Night with the Stars event on November 19th here in Granada Hills at the Odyssey. If you would like to attend the event, tickets can be purchased for $125 a ticket. So make sure to click on pukuu.org to get your seat. And the cost of the ticket goes back towards funding our scholarships. We have 3 scholarships that we have. So it all goes back to helping fund the futures and the education of our Native students here in Los Angeles, here in California. So it's definitely a great event to check out. We're also going to be having just an amazing time and honoring some amazing people, including Avril. As I mentioned last time, she's going to be one of our honorees. So it's a great event to check out.
Thanks, Steph. And it's a night of so much fun. So it is $125 can be a lot of money, but what is included in that 125? And don't forget that money's going back into the scholarships that are giving away. Eric, what is the amount of scholarship money that we're giving away, that Pukuu's giving away?
At the very least, it'll be $3,000. It could be more. Those are decisions made by our scholarship committee. They could give away just 3 scholarships, so they can, decide to award multiple, like 6 or 5 or more scholarships, depending on the quality of the applications and, just the wonderfulness of the actual applicants and what they write, what they're sort of trying to articulate through their applications. And, so I think that there's room for awarding more than won more than three awards this year if we get the applicants to apply before the deadline, which I believe is now the 25th, correct? So yeah, so there's still time, another week I think, and to get those applications in, and I highly encourage folks to do so today, as soon as possible.
Yeah. Thank you. So at the event, at the gala, there's some great entertainment. There is also some silent auctions, which our Pukuu is also accepting donations, monetary donations and items as well, but there will be items there. There's great, the honorees of the scholarship are recognized, and it's going to be a fun time. COVID precautions will be taking place during this event because it is an in-person event. So we encourage you to join us, and let's have a night of fun, laughs, and dancing. So we're going to go ahead and bring on the next guest. Actually, he is backstage, quietly, virtually watching backstage. So we're going to go ahead and bring him on and have him introduce himself. So, hey there. Hi.
How's it going, everybody? Hopefully you can hear me.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, great. As you all have seen me before, my name is Valentin Contreras. I am the community liaison from United American Indian Involvement. How's it going, Eric? How are you doing, Stephanie? What's up, Avril? Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Thanks for being here. I was so excited that you agreed to be our co-host for this particular segment. I know that you love music. I know that you have worked with music. I know, actually, recently in our meeting, heard that you are an announcer, a host as well. Do you want to talk about that at all?
Yeah, so as you can see in my background, I have a bunch of records. I'm an avid vinyl collector. I'm a DJ, and I host a weekly radio show for KPFK 90.7 FM out here in Los Angeles. But yeah, I've been working in the music industry for, it seems like, over 10 years now. It's definitely something that I love and enjoy. And yeah, the guest who we have on today's show is definitely someone that can inspire the youth, inspire anyone who is trying to get into film, music, and entertainment.
Awesome. I know I have known this our next guest. I'm so excited. I'm so proud of him. From doing pop-up shows to doing this amazing show. I don't know. I didn't see the chat, but I didn't know if anybody has seen Reservation Dogs. I didn't know if anybody put a number 2 in the chat because I wasn't actually watching. But who's your favorite character? Have you guys watched it? I mean, I love Billy Jack.
Yeah, no, I feel like her energy is she reminds me of one of my cousins down on the res. So it's pretty funny. Yeah, I think that's probably my favorite character too. Just her attitude is real, she's chill, but also kind of fierce in a way. And yeah, she's just got a real cool vibe.
Yeah. We did have some 2s in the chat, so I know some people are excited and they have watched, so that's super exciting. Yeah, y'all should put who your favorite character is. Mine was Willie Jack for the longest. I love Willie Jack, but I also love Knifeman. Bear's spirit guide. He's hilarious. He's always coming in at the perfect times. He knows what to say, but he's also funny. So I really love that.
Yeah, and Cheese too. The kid that wants to be a detective. He's so funny. They're all just so funny, and it's so great to have like a connection, to see that on screen, to see that people are actually, I can connect with somebody as opposed to like these shows that don't necessarily get it, but this show gets it. So I'm truly honored to have our next guest here. Again, I'm super proud of him, and we're going to go ahead and bring him on. So, moderator, if you can have him, jump on screen, let's bring him on and have him introduce himself.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Hamidakiepi MATO Wayuhi imachiapelo naha iuha chante washtea na prechiusapelo na oyat denitawa hena ochitishakoin na tipua. Hey everybody, my name is Mato. I am from the Oglala Lakota tribe in Pine Ridge in South Dakota. And yeah, I greet you with a handshake, warm heart and a handshake. And thank you, Avril, for setting this up and having me in this space. And yeah, I'm really honored to be here. I'm an artist, make music, do my little dances. And I'm also the composer for Reservation Dogs.
So composer, and on the credits, it says score. What does that actually mean?
Yeah, so scoring, so there's obviously a lot of music in the show, and I make all of the original music. So, obviously I didn't write the Link Ray songs and I didn't write the Buffy St. Marie songs and anything like that, but all of the original music that's in the show that didn't exist prior to its broadcast is me. So I got brought onto the team before anything was released, before anything was properly made, and so I'm creating the music. So a good example would be this doesn't give anything away if no one's seen it, but there's a tornado in the last episode, and there's this dance beat playing, and so that's me. And then also, yeah, any of the transitions or any of the music, any of the funny stuff, that's usually me too. So, yeah.
Mato, one thing that I want to know, you know, how is scoring a TV show different from you actually making your own music? Because you, as an artist, you have your own vision, you have, your own sound. Did you change that up at all while you were doing the score? Or, yeah, can you touch on that?
Yeah, that's a good question. So, going into the show, Sterling and I, the showrunner, the creator of the show, we had a lot of conversations about, what the sound of the show was going to be. And after seeing the first couple episodes, because they would send it to me before it came out, this is probably March or April, and I kind of got an idea sonically where it was going to go. And so, it's set in Oklahoma, so it's a lot of blues influence, a lot of country influence, and that is not me at all. And so that was a fun challenge, to be able to I guess just learn about that music, and Sterling made me a playlist with all of the music that inspired the creation of the show, which was really cool. So I got to kind of tap into that world. But so a lot of the differences I would say is sometimes with the scoring, it's just, okay, how do I service the narrative the best way possible? And with my own personal music, it's, how does this make me feel? And, oh, does this make me feel warm-hearted, or does this make me upset? Or, it's very insular. It's very just how I'm feeling. But so with Res Dogs, it was the opposite in some points. It was like, well, how does this drive the narrative forward? How do we get, Alora and her DMV instructor, what is the music going to be for them to go from one scene to another? And so it's, and so that was me just writing that bass line, like, doom, 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 like, what's a good transition? And so, but other times too, it was really great because, Sterling, he gave a note one time to the music editor to give to me. He said he's got to make it more Mato, make it more his style. And that was one of the best notes I've ever gotten, because that's really gratifying, because I have to remember, and I'm young too, I'm a young kid doing this. And so it was a good reinforcement to say, okay, I'm here for a reason. Like, I was chosen because of this, that, and the third. And so I felt just really honored to be able to do that. So yeah, I did kind of give it a little me tinge. And so if there's any fans of my music, or fans, yeah, in here, they can probably attest to like kind of the style and everything. So I got to add my little style in it as well, which was nice. So that's kind of a long-winded way to say that's kind of the differences. How can I service the narrative, and but also adding a little bit of my style.
And was there any sort of inspiration from like traditional songs that you wanted to include in the score at all? Like maybe revamp some. I read an article where they mentioned you wanted to include a war cry or sorts of different things like that, traditional indigenous sounds. Was that kind of the goal, to include or revitalize this traditional sound?
No, it actually wasn't. Sterling and I had a very kind of blunt conversation, and the first rule he gave me of this course, he said no flutes at all. And I said, good, I don't want to do flutes, because that's what people expect. And I think that's what's so great about the show, is that it subverts the expectation of what you think a show starring Native and Indigenous kids is going to be like on the res, because everyone has an idea of what that's going to be. It's going to be what they expect of us. It's going to be, seeped in trauma and seeped in all these things and seeped in stoicism. But that's what's so great about the show, is that it's a complete turn. And so with the music, we wanted to do the same thing. So for me, it was like, hip hop is not a traditionally Native and Indigenous element, but that's what I was born and bred on. That's what I love to do. And so that's what was implemented a lot in the score. And then, but we did get to a point when it became the irony of it. And that's when I started implementing the more traditional stuff. Because there's I think it's episode 4, where Bear's mom wakes up in that Washichu's house, white guy's house. And it's really weird. The vibes are really weird. And so I brought out the flute for that, and I had my buddy DA, I wrote it, and my buddy DA played it. And so, yeah, that was really fun, because we got to use it from an ironic sense. And then we did implement a Muskogee war cry at that one tornado sequence I was talking about earlier. And so, yeah, we got to put that in. So if you listen closely, you can hear like, ha, 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 and then that's like the bass drops and the beat comes in. So yeah, it was fun. And we did it in a tasteful way. And I think that's what's great about the show too, is it's implemented in a tasteful way, and it's an authentic way too. And so I think that was what we connected on, Sterling and I, because that's what I do with my music, and that's what the show accomplishes. And so it was a very good, collaboration, because we just understood what it was. And yeah.
One last music question I want to ask about is whose idea was it to use this Greasy Fry Bread song? Talk about the Greasy Fry Bread song and music video, because me and my homies, we laugh about that all the time.
Yeah, that was not my idea. I got that episode and I saw it, and I think, yeah, it's hilarious. I mean, yeah, he's got it going on. But yeah, I don't know where that came from. Well, I think we wanted to represent Native rap in all of its glory. And so, yeah, that's how they chose to do it. But it was, I mean, yeah, that was funny. I got that episode because I didn't make that song at all. I had nothing to do with that song, but I saw it in it. I saw the episode. I was like, oh man, this is perfect. Like, this is exactly what it is. And so it was fun. I think that was really cool to see.
Stephanie, did you want to ask some questions? I know you wanted to get on there.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to say hi. My name is Stephanie. I'm the youth organizer for Pukuu. So the questions that I wanted to ask you is, you mentioned that you were young. So, it's, I think, definitely like a different experience being like a youth and being in these spaces. So I think that's also amazing. So congratulations as well for bringing the youth perspective to these to the media as well. So I just wanted you to ask some questions, like if you could speak on how music has contributed to your health and your wellness, specifically as a Native youth.
Yeah, I mean, it's helped in, I think, unfathomable ways. I think growing up, I grew up in South Dakota and I grew up on the eastern side of the state. So I was mostly in non-native spaces growing up, but I had my whole family was in Pine Ridge. And so I'd go and visit every, other month, just going to ceremonies, and also, how it is too, you go into a lot of funerals and stuff. And so, I don't think I realized that I was like an urban native, which I guess I'm realizing that literally right now. I guess I was, because the commuting and everything like that. But yeah, so the culture was always there, and it was always informative, and it really molded me to who I was and who I still am and who I'm going to be in a lot of ways. And so yeah, I grew up with that, but I was in these non-native spaces, and that's something I think everyone in this room can attest to. You know, it's the pressure and the loneliness and the isolation that can be, but also you're thinking kind of from a generational standpoint. What can I accomplish in these non-native spaces to make them not non-native anymore, to actually make them native? How can I flip the script? And it's a lot of sacrifices, and that's what our ancestors did as well. And now it's just a new fight, and it's a new journey. But that's all to say that, yeah, I had the culture growing up, and then, you know, just life happens. I feel like with a lot of Native youth, I mean, we all go through those feelings of loneliness and kind of a lack of direction, because we have these traditional trademarks of our culture and of our being, but then they contrast with a lot of Western and white spaces, and, you know, and so that's something that happened with me a lot too growing up. And I was so bad in school. Like, I figured it out later, but man, I was not good in school. I was too hyper, too talkative, couldn't retain anything. It was rough. It was a hard time. And yeah, and, you know, I got into trouble too. I was just a little, I don't know if I won't swear, but the tribal policeman has a little saying he says in the show, and I think we probably all know what it is. But I was that. I was just a little, yeah, I was just grimy out there. And so music really helped me get out of a lot of really bad situations. I mean, there was a lot of mental health issues that I was dealing with. And, you know, I don't want to say music is the solution, but it's the outlet. It's the way that you can express those emotions and build them up to be, you know, an idea. And when you disseminate them, you realize that other people are going through them. And sometimes the most specific problems become the most universally heard, which is so it's an interesting thing. It's very sacred in a way too, like just that thought. But yeah, so music, I mean, helped in so many ways. I mean, it just got me out of trouble, and helped me realize my potential. And yeah, I mean, it helps, and it still helps in so many ways. Anytime I'm going through something, I'll, you know, take out my little software and write something. Or yeah, I mean, it's still such a conduit for expressing myself. And I think what I've learned from my time just growing up and also interacting with a lot of Native and Indigenous kids just in my music and stuff in the past several years, I've just realized that that's a huge component to, I think, not only self-care but also cultural revitalization, is having that outlet. And it could be anything. It can just be people. It could be school, it could be music, it could be any of these things. So I'm really grateful. I'm really, because like people like to say they find their thing, but I feel like music found me. And I'm so grateful that I've been able to do it. And now on this scale that I'm doing it, it's just much more gratifying, because yeah, you provide opportunities for other kids and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how it's helped me. It's helped me in a lot of different ways. I mean, so many ways I can't even begin to explain.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, and music is very important for all our youth, and that's something that we in our youth health leadership program we want our youth to share their creative outlets, whatever it is, you know, music, spoken word.
Mhm.
I think the next follow-up question I would say is, like you said, music found you. So I would just, if you could speak on, like, for the Native youth out there who, you know, have something like that, a passion that they're trying to build up. What is some words that you can give to them? Maybe like encouragement, or just speaking on your experience of, you know, finding a passion, not only that it helped you with your health and wellness, but now you started your career from it as well.
Yeah, I think having an open mind is really important with finding kind of what is going to not save you, but what is going to empower you. You know, I think having an open mind is really good, because it's, I think it's okay to be selfish too, because your heart needs to know where it needs to go. And I think if you're suppressing that at all with kind of a closed mind or kind of a sense of fear, then it can be harder to find it. It might, you know, prolong that journey. And so I think having an open mind, and it's funny, I was on doing this interview yesterday, at this space, this indigenous women-led space, which is really dope. It's in Phoenix. It's called Cahokia. I have a show there this Thursday if y'all are in the area. It's like an encore performance. Quick plug, sorry. But we were talking about that, and I got asked a similar question. Yeah, it was about talking to Native youth about these things, and something that there was a couple different people, and something we all kind of thought of together was that, you know, the thing about like having your own personality and having your own expression, your own self-expression, is sometimes mitigated, I think, within Native and Indigenous spaces, because, you know, we are such a collectivist culture, and it is, you know, very, it's about the community. And I think what I would tell Native youth is that is important, and that is kind of the precedent that you want, you know, that is, your community comes first, but it's also, don't let that come by, you know, don't let that replace your own personality, and don't let that replace what it is that you really love to do. Because a lot of the times, and I'm a living proof of that, when you follow what you love, you can end up helping the community in a lot of different ways. And I think that's something that we have to consider a lot, because we set a lot of expectations on ourselves too, and it can be really damaging sometimes. And it's not really anyone's fault. It's just what we've been through since, you know, contact, really. It's just been a mishmash of trying to find our own definitions for ourselves. And so I think setting that definition for yourself can be really instructional in terms of finding what it is that you love. And yeah, and I'm so proud of so many of the Native kids that I interact with. Like, it's like this cycle, you know, it's that they might tell me that they inspire them, but I'm looking at them, how they are, what they're interested in, what they're wearing. They're all better dressed than me, and they're so savvy and so in touch with their culture, and blending these different elements of traditional culture with a contemporary perspective. And it's, yeah, I mean, they inspire me. So it's just this common thing. And then we have some of people, you know, in the older circles that are a constant inspiration. I mean, that's because they got us here, you know. I couldn't be here without them. And so, yeah, I think just having that that healthy and that constructive modes of individualism, and saying what do I really love, you know, and providing yourself space for that too. And I think now in this generation, from a, you know, technology standpoint, it's one of the best times to find out what you really love to do. And so I'm really grateful too, because, you know, I can't read music. I don't play any instruments besides piano, and I don't even do it that well. And I you know, I don't tap into those old, very westernized modes of learning music. But now with the technology, I'm able to do it. I'm able to express myself. And so I would implore a lot of the Native youths to yeah, give yourself that allow yourself that space, you know, because it's really important, and you can do so much more for yourself and for your community by just really asking yourself, like, what is it that I really love, and having an open mind with stuff.
Thank you so much.
All of this is great information, and I'm so thankful and so proud. I've known you for, you know, I've seen you come up, and I've, you know, pop-up shows and all of that stuff. I'm extremely happy and proud for you. One of the things that I want to ask is, you know, COVID brought good and bad. How did it affect you? And yeah, how did it affect you?
Yeah, I mean, whew, that threw a wrench in my life, as it did for everybody. I feel like we all remember where we were when we realized, oh, this is real. Yeah, I was in LA, and I went to school at the University of Southern California, and it was my senior year, March 2020. And there were rumblings about stuff going on, and everyone was kind of getting, you know, all the toilet paper was disappearing and stuff. And then, yeah, I just remember I had a show actually in San Diego. I was booked to do a keynote speech. And then, yeah, the day before that got shut down. And I had a gig with Urban Native Era as well in LA, and that got shut down. And so all these things started falling. And so, yeah, I went back home, and school kind of stopped too. They did like a 3-week hiatus, which ended up being a 1.5-year hiatus. But I went back to South Dakota and stayed with my parents for about 4 or 5 months. And you know, what you said, Avril, is important because it did, you know, there was a lot of negative components, but there were some positive components too. And so for me, you know, with performances and being a musician and doing that and earning a livelihood off of that, I mean, it really affected a lot of people that I know and love when it comes to performances, and even just a lot of people, you know, community organizers and different live artists and performers. I mean, yeah, that was, and it's still happening. It's still, luckily now we're getting some semblance of what we used to know. But yeah, so it was just me being cooped up a lot and upset and angry, but also understanding that with what our people have been through, this is nothing. This is, you know, this is just our generation of what is going on. And so, yeah, and you know, from a positive standpoint, I mean, I really got to hone in on music. I really took the time to. I wasn't happy where I was in my career. I wanted to be known for my music only. I wanted to really steer that into that direction because, you know, I was getting into, nothing against influencers. I think you're doing great. I like influencers a lot. That just wasn't for me. And I was kind of finding myself in that gray area. And I said, no, 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 no. So I got off of social media and I deleted all that stuff for a while. And I really kind of pivoted into a role that I was prioritizing the music and the sound and the artistry. And I think in a lot of ways, if the pandemic didn't happen, I don't think I would have been able to do Res Dogs because I took that time to really hone in. And it wasn't, you know, I don't think the whole mentality of, oh, always working, you know, 24/7, 25/7, anything like that. I don't think that's healthy because I still like, you know, resin out and enjoying life. But it was just kind of the intention. I said, okay, I really want to change my sound. I really want to get better at this. And so when you do that, I think it kind of changes everything because you operate your life according to how am I going to improve my art. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I did. And it was hard, you know, it's really hard to rewire your brain like that. But for me, it was just, I'm going to kind of start from scratch. I'm going to start over and create the sound that I want to. And so I think if you listen to my music from pre-pandemic to post-pandemic, it's a huge, to me, maybe it's not, but like there's such an evolution. And I'm really grateful that I had the room to do that. And yeah, so that's kind of how it affected me, I think, from a musical standpoint. And I think for years we're going to be reeling from what 2020 did to all of us and how it affected us. But I think from a standpoint right now, I can say that I got to upgrade my musicianship a little bit, which was nice. And it ended up being really fruitful because I was able to, you know, feel confident in doing what I'm doing now, which is great.
On the topic of like COVID, you know, as you said, it put a wrench in a lot of artists' lives. How do you keep your mental health and your physical health, you know, in that tip-top shape? What are some of those things that you do to just stay on top of your mental health and physical health?
Gee, he said tip-top shape. Ooh, look at that. I mean, I don't know. I think this past year has been really, well, year and a half, really. I mean, so I lost my dad last September, and he was, he was my dad, you know. He still is in a lot of ways, but like that, I lost him in September 2020, and so amid pandemic, and that changed my whole life in a lot of different ways. And so, because we already had the collective grief of COVID, and then losing, you know, one of the closest people in my life amidst that was really, it shook my whole core, and it still is shaking my core. And I think, from a mental health standpoint, I think I slowed down a lot and I kind of separated myself and found refuge in music a lot. And so the most recent music I released, that was, a lot of it was made after my dad passed, but I knew I couldn't touch it yet musically, because for me, music is where I'm at my most vulnerable. That's where everything is stripped back and it's just the essence of who I am. And so for music, I couldn't talk about my dad yet. It was too fresh. The wound was too fresh. But what I was able to talk about was these different elements of, you know, romance and intimacy and all these things that, you know, I'm very much like a soft boy, so I got to talk about all the romances and all the heartbreak and all that great stuff. And so that became, I don't want to say a distraction, but it was just somewhere to still express myself and also just allow the grieving to happen separately. And I think that's okay too, because, you know, a lot of we put so much of our generational trauma into our art, and that's really good and that's important, and I would advocate that people do that, but also do it at your own time, because that's not what Indigenous expression is. It's not trauma. We're so much more than that. And so for me, losing my dad and still in the pandemic and all this stuff, like I really had to be sensitive to myself and listen to myself. And I think you know, when you lose somebody like that, when you lose somebody that close in your life, you realize, you start to look at your other relationships and you realize, oh man, like they're so important to me. And so I really opened up my circle more, because I think I've always been kind of a closed off person. And I think after I lost my dad, I was like, for what? Like, why would I not enjoy everyone's company that I'm invited into, you know? And so a lot of phone calls, a lot of hour to 2 hour long phone calls with my friends and my brothers and my sisters. I don't have like actual brothers, but like my homies. And then, yeah, I mean, it really made me grateful to have them in my life, you know? And I think my dad loved my music, and he loved what I was doing. And I thought a lot of the times I was living his dream for him, because he, you know, had a really hard upbringing and got involved in things, and, you know, and he, towards the end of his life, he was doing really great stuff and working at the state prison in South Dakota, doing social work for a lot of the Native inmates and stuff. So he was doing what he loved, but, you know, everyone wants to be a pop star at some point. So, and my grandma wanted to be that too. And so I feel like I'm living their dreams, which is really gratifying. It's really, really gratifying. But to answer your question, yeah, it was hard. I mean, it's still hard. And yeah, but I think music has helped me so much. It helps me just process that stuff. And I think with the newer music I'm working on now, I've been able to process more, and I'm able to actually verbalize it. Kind of the grief and everything like that. So that's been exciting.
One other thing I want to talk about is recently you put together a playlist for Apple Music for Indigenous Peoples Day. What was that like? You know, working with Apple, did they reach out to you specifically? Was it something else, or yeah? Can you tell us about that experience?
Yeah, well, they said they're looking for a Native artist who's in tip-top shape, and so I had to send some photos. No, I was joking. You got my ego going now. No, I'm joking. No, they reached out to me. They reached out to my management, because I had been on some of their playlists for almost a year now. They were showing a lot of love for my music, which was really gratifying. Yeah, because you know, that's a world that we're not tapped into, really, I think, because those spaces are still not completely, but mostly non-native. You know, the music industry, the film industry is turning, but music is less inclined to turn. They're turning a little bit, but yeah. So they were putting me on their playlist, which was cool, and then they reached out to my management a couple of weeks ago and asked if I was interested in curating a playlist. And yeah, so I said, definitely, that'd be really dope. And so I started putting together some songs that I love from Native artists. And then I kind of thought, well, I should just open it up to the community. So I posted something on Instagram that I since had to take down because it was becoming too viral. I couldn't handle it. Couldn't even go on my phone anymore. It was just too much. And so I just said, like, comment your favorite song by a Native and Indigenous artist. And then it said, I'm doing something, but it's going to be cool. Just comment. So 20 comments, 200 comments, 700 comments, and then all the DMs you can imagine. Oh my gosh. So it got to be too much, but I went through all of those songs. I spent the whole day going through music to find these songs, and because I wanted to know what people were tapping into, and I wanted to find some new music too. And so I'm really grateful I got to do that, because I did get to nerd out a little bit on some upcoming talent and some people who I just have never been able to listen to. And so and then it became choosing, which was hard. I was having a lot of internal debates on because I can only do 30 songs, and so I whittled it down to my favorites, and yeah, they posted it. And then like a couple days after I sent it in, they asked if I wanted to be interviewed on this show called like the Travis Mills radio spot. And I said, yeah, definitely. So I got to do an interview with Apple as well. And that's available now on all the on like Apple Music and stuff. But that was really fun too, because I got to talk about some of the selections and talk about my own music and everything. So yeah, that was super fun. I was grateful to be able to do that.
Yeah, and what's in the future for you? I know there's season 2 of Res Dogs. You recently released a project. What can your fans and the community expect from you in the future?
I think they can expect more, I don't know, shenanigans, I guess. Yeah, season 2 of Res Dogs is coming out. I don't know when, but I got to go into the writer's room last week and say hi to everybody and talk a little bit, and that was cool. And there's some fun stuff being planned. Yeah, I'm doing some projects I can't really speak on as of right now, but I'll see. We'll see what manifests. But yeah, just working.
You got a show. You got a show coming up.
I do have a show. Yep, I'll get to that. Yeah, I'm kind of in the next. I work in projects. That's how I process music, and so I like to finish a project and then go to the next project and go from there. So I'm kind of in that album making mode right now, figuring out what it is I'm trying to talk about and changing on my production style and stuff like that, because I don't like doing the same thing twice. But yeah, I have a show on Thursday, October 14th, tomorrow, at Cahokia LLC in downtown Phoenix. And Cahokia is Indigenous women-led space, and I think it's the first of its kind in Arizona. And so I got to do a show with them on this past Monday for IPD, and it was so fun. It was amazing just to be in those spaces, because those are the most healing and the most fun spaces too, it's just amazing. Yeah, I had such a good time. And so there was a lot of people who couldn't make it to the show because they had to cap at a certain at a number of people. And so we were literally having a conversation last night. We were getting some food, and one of the women who runs it, Melody, she's like, do you want to do like another show? Do you want to do like an encore thing? And we're all, constantly thinking about stuff and everything. So we're all like, yeah, we could do this. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, we could do that. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, we got it finalized. So we're going to do that on Thursday. Doors open at 7 p.m. It's all ages. You can get tickets at the door. Yeah. And I just released a music video too called Down to Earth, and we're going to be screening that too at the show. So yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be a good time. And you can follow me. Yeah, all my stuff is right there on social media, so you can check it out. And yeah, looking forward to what comes. Just staying in tip-top shape.
Well, thanks a lot for answering my questions, Mato. It was great talking with you, man. Stephanie or April, you guys can take it over.
Steph, do you have anything?
No. Thank you so much for talking on your experience, especially as a Native youth. I think it's amazing to have you on here for the show, and hopefully youth are able to come watch the pre-recorded session and hear what you spoke about. So yeah, thank you so much for your words.
Yeah, we're so excited that you're here and that you're able to come on. This kid that I seen grow up and, seen do different things. I'm so excited for you and happy for you again. And our viewers and everybody I know are really connected and excited for next season if you haven't already saw it. So thank you so much. Safe travels in all that you do. And we're always here. So come back if you want to share other stuff. We'd love to have you again.
Of course. Thank you for having me, and thank you for the lovely questions, and I'm really honored to be invited into this space. And yeah, love this. Waiting to get asked to dance. Sorry, I read one of those comments. Yeah, thank you all for having me. Really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you.
All right. We'll see you soon. Be safe.
Peace.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Wasn't that amazing?
Yeah, he was great. Mato's great.
Yeah, he is. So we're excited to have him here. You know, I love the show, love the music, and just really excited about him being here. So thank you so much, Mato, for being here. We are now going to go back to the community with free online. We're going to now give back to community with a free online giveaway to those that have registered. You do still have a chance to register because we have a lot of love to give you. 5 items we're going to be doing right now. So, yeah, we're excited. So we're going to go ahead and bring up that wheel.
Bring up the wheel, and we get to spin that wheel.
Thanks. Yeah, we do. Let me just
what does the winner get? A gift card for
let's see, our moderator can put it. Yes.
Swag.
Awesome.
So we will be contacting those who win through email to get their size and information so we can send them some nice Pukuu hoodies.
Yep, thanks. That's what we're giving away, swag. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and
spin that wheel.
Woohoo!
That one. All right.
And our winner,
Nathan Logan Jr., congratulations.
Boo, boo, boo. You just won yourself a swag bag. Somebody will be getting in contact with you, like Steph said, to get your size. So thank you for registering. We're going to go ahead and keep going on with our 4th winner. Here we go.
Spin that wheel. Who got it? Sonia Oliva.
Oliva. Boo, boo, boo.
Congratulations.
Okay. Congratulations. We're going to go ahead and shuffle this up a bit, and we're going to keep going on with our 3rd winner. So here we go.
Spin that wheel.
Woo! Soya is the winner. Okay. Boo, boo, boo. Here we go. One more.
Here we go.
Two more.
Spins of that wheel. Who's spinning it? Who's winning it? All right.
Yay, Art. Boo, boo, boo. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do the last one. Yep, here we go.
All right.
Nupa, Garnier. Nupa means, that actually means 2 in Lakota. So congratulations, Nupa. You'll be getting a swag item from us. Somebody will be contacting you for your sizes. And thank you for being here again and watching everything. So we're going to go ahead and keep going along. And now I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Steph.
Yes, thank you so much. It was such a great conversation that we had with our guest, Mato, and to learn about him and his experiences being a composer and also just being a Native youth. So that relates perfectly back to, I'm just going to be talking about our Youth Health Leadership Program. So today, actually, we're having our October Youth Health Leadership Program meeting. It's going to be at the Fernandino Tataviam tribal offices. It's open to all Native and Indigenous youth ages 12 to 14. The program is really, we focus on engaging our youth through transformative organizing surrounding a health issue that's impacting their community, so the Native community, and impacting community wellness. So we want to approach these issues through a Indigenous and holistic approach. So using the medicine wheel and making sure that we're not only talking about one type of health and wellness, but all types of health and wellness. And through our program, youth are developing leadership skills, civic engagement, and they're also documenting their own transformation process through being in the program. So we're able to see their transformation through their eyes. And music, it was great to have Mato and speak on that, since music is one of the great ways for our youth to be able to document and reflect and express their growth and their transformations. As Mato spoke on, music has the transformation that he went through when his father passed. So I think it's something that is very important for a lot of our youth to find that creative outlet. So yeah, if you want more information, you can email me, stephaniebarbosa@pukuu.org, or you can click on the website that was put on the chat. We also have another youth program, which is the Tuchint Youth Empowerment Program. Avro has the hoodie on of our Tuchint program. So that one is for ages 12 to 17. And in that program, we provide academic support. We do cultural programming, as well as wellness trips and outdoor activities. So taking the kids out to nature, reconnecting with the land and reconnecting with Indigenous lands. So a couple weeks ago, some of our Tuchint youth went to Fillmore to help in reconstructing this interpretive village that the Fernandino Tataviam Band of Mission Indians are taking on as a project. So being involved in events such as those. On top of our youth programs, we also have a lot of services and resources that we're able to provide for the community. So we have our one-stop emergency services program, which is able to provide support to families and individuals in need of rent, utility, food, clothing, and transportation assistance or resources. If you are interested in getting more information, please go on the website, pukuu.org/services. Our OSIS, or you can also always give us a call at the phone number that's on the screen. We also offer student aid, dental assistance. So definitely, if you know anyone in the community, it's open to all LA County self-identifying and Native American, Indian, Indigenous people. So it's a great resource to have. We also have our Quay, our food pantry, that we do food distribution on Thursdays. It's from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. So we have food bags that are ready to go to the community. You could just drive up and we give you a food bag in your car and you're good to go. And yeah, so that's one of our really great events. So anyone who's local in the San Fernando Valley or Northeast Valley, definitely that's a great event to stop by and check out. And we also operate our Haramagna, our American Indian Cultural Center in the San Gabriel Mountains, which is open. It's a really great space. They have cultural programming, and it's just a very beautiful place to hike. I definitely recommend, if you haven't been there, to go check out the space and be able to enjoy the forest over there.
Yeah, one thing too, surprisingly, United American Indian Involvement, we had our Robert Sundance summer camp for our American Indian Clubhouse program, and we used that campsite. Lawrence, who helps operate it and run it, was so great. He helped out so much. The place is just a really cool space to learn about indigenous culture, indigenous environments. So yeah, I highly suggest anybody who is interested in that sort of thing or just wants to reconnect with nature, head up to Haramangna and just enjoy it. It's right here in our backyard.
Yes, thank you so much. That's so cool to hear. Yeah, that you were able to take your youth up there. It's a very beautiful space for all people, youth, families especially. You got to learn a lot of things. So definitely check out the website. They have haramagna.org, so you can see what events that they're going on. But it's also always open to just go visit and enjoy the time.
Awesome. All of that is great information. We're so thankful, Val, that you can be here to co-host with us. I really appreciate you. I know how much you love music, and I just want to say thank you for being here today. We got some great information around COVID, around wellness, around information, and I know Val will be back in future sessions to talk about different items. So it's really important that you all, when you do register for our next events, that you tell us what it is that you might want to hear about COVID, about, boosters or all of that. We do share that with Val so that he can prepare for what it is that you as community would like to hear. So thank you again, Val, for being here. We're going to go ahead and bring back on our executive director for Pukuu, and we're going to go ahead and we have a little bit more time, but we also have one last raffle. I know we like to give a lot of stuff away here, so right now it's about time to dance and to have fun. Eric, how did you like everything that was said?
Yeah, and I think there was a lot of great conversations being had. I think it's always helpful for uh, youth and maybe and everyone in general to feel like they can explore their passion and explore their creativity and how art in its different forms can be a way of expressing oneself as well as finding wellness and you know in a way kind of an outlet, right, for in therapy or relieving different things like anxiety and depression, right? And so I that and to hear about his dad, obviously there's I was like, oh, okay, well that's interesting, and then condolences to him, and hopefully he's obviously on a good path towards his recovery and dealing with grief, and definitely something for all of us to, I don't know, kind of just look on and be inspired by, hopefully. And of course, the great music and projects he's working on. So I think it was a wonderful program, great questions, and good job, moderators.
Yay. Thank you, Val. Thanks, Steph. Now we're going to go ahead and give back to community again. I believe we have 5 more items to give. So the first item is going to be a moderator is going to let me know what it's going to be, or that you guys all know, and then you could tell me while I get this other portion up. So
The UAII swag bag, baby.
all right, so we're going to go ahead and shuffle this up. Again, if you registered, your name is on here. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle it up.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck. Here we go.
In the wheel!
Spin that wheel.
Boop, boop, boop.
All right.
Yes. Jen, Native Muse, Varenchek. Boop, boop, boop. You just won yourself UAII swag bag. So we have 4 more items. We'll go ahead and shuffle this up just a bit. And here we go.
Amazon gift card.
Amazon. Slow. Black spotted horse.
Congratulations. Amazon gift card.
Oh,
Boop, boop, boop. Amazon, Amazon. Don't forget that Amazon Smiles. Log on with your Amazon Smiles. Okay, here we go with our third winner.
Yay.
Target gift card.
Target
Target
gift
wheel.
card.
Spin a wheel.
wheel. Spin a wheel.
Aaron Martin.
Boop, boop, boop.
hey.
All right. So here we go. 2 more. 2 more.
Yay. Spin that wheel.
Pukuu
Spin
swag.
it.
Lacey Tula.
Lacey Tula. Boop, boop, boop.
Wants a Pukuu swag.
Pukuu swag. All right. And our last and final raffle is going to be, let's
Target.
see.
Target gift card.
Spin it and see.
Let's spin it and see.
Beverly Irvin.
Beverly Irvin. Boop, boop, boop.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay. I used to have another song that we used to sing it about, but we're not going to sing it. We're just saying congratulations today.
Yeah, let's not go there.
All right. We're so thankful and grateful. Eric, do you have anything else that you'd like to say? Val, Steph, last words. We have some time. I don't know if the audience has any questions or wants to come on to the show. We have about some time to talk.
Uh-oh, scary.
Right here.
I would just say, wash your hands, wear your mask, hand sanitizer if you're going to be out there. I know, the flu season is upon us, so make sure you're getting your flu shots. And, thank you to Pukuu. Thank you to powwows.com. Thank you to Stephanie, Avril, Eric. I appreciate you all. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you. We actually got a request in the chat to sing a song. So people want to hear a song sung. Val, do you karaoke? You don't? Come on. As a music man, you gotta be like, what's your jam, man?
See, I play the music. I don't sing the music. I play it.
Okay. Do you want to play something? We can actually sing something.
Yeah, I wish I could.
Okay. Eric, do you want to sing something? Stephanie, what's your jam?
What?
What's your jam? What's your favorite song?
It's my jam. I think they're explicit. No. I love all songs. I like a lot of music. I really like Snotty Nose Res Kids. They got a lot of powerful language in there. I like it. I think they wanted to sing a specific song.
Michael Jackson. Oh, Eric is all about Michael Jackson. I like Michael Jackson too.
Put on Thriller. Let's do Thriller.
Thriller. Thriller. Boom, boom. That's all I got.
It's close to midnight.
Okay, that was part of one. Guns N' Roses. I see Guns N' Roses in the chat.
Oh my God.
Eric, come on. I know you got a song. Start us off.
Okay. All right. It's not Guns N' Roses or nothing, but.
Okay.
All right. I've paid my dues time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of sun kicked in my face, but I've come through. Oh, we are the champions, my
My
friend.
friends.
And we'll keep on fighting to the end. Oh, we are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world.
Woo! Poo, poo, poo.
All right.
Yes. Okay. We have
Go,
some on the
Eric.
chat. You rock, Eric.
That's
Awesome. Okay.
right.
We have some other requests. The Judd's grandpa. No. Tell me about the good old days. When that's all
The
I know.
lines between right and
Right.
wrong
Go ahead.
didn't seem so hazy. Did lovers really fall in love?
Love to stay.
I don't remember.
Daddies really never go
Go
away.
away.
But
Whoa,
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 Grandpa,
tell
tell me about the good old days. Woo! Okay,
Woo,
we had
go,
another
April.
one. I will survive. I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to
love, I know I'll
know
stay
I'm still alive. I've got all my life to live. I've got
I've
all
got
my
all
love
my
to
love to
give.
give.
I will survive. I
I
will survive. Hey, hey. Awesome. I know there's one more that you got in you, Eric. I know it. I could feel it.
Oh, geez.
Tell them if they want another song, they got to go to A Night with the Stars.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Because we will be dancing, we will be singing. There is food, there is drinks, and there is entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay, ring my bell. Craig George requested. You can ring my bell. Ring my bell. My bell. Do-do-do-do-do.
It's a good dance song.
Don't Stop Believing. Somebody requested Don't Stop Believing.
I know
don't know.
Eric got that one.
Street light people. Is that how it goes?
I don't know. Keep going.
Living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the night.
Yes.
Awesome. Yes.
Believing, hold on to that feeling, yeah. Street night people. There you go.
Yes.
Vocals.
So I just want to say thank you all again. Wash your hands. Thank you for indulging us with your song requests. We will bring that back on our next one because I love it and I know other people love it. I want to say thank you all for watching. Go Dodgers! Go Dodgers! Yeah. So wear your mask, wear a Dodger mask, wear your hats. I don't know what hats are going to do, but say LA. We are thankful that you can be here. To those people that won swag, we're going to go ahead and somebody will be in contact with you via email to get your sizes. We have some new swag, which Eric is showing, the masks and all. I love those masks. Actually, they help cover everything. So masks, swag. There are other things that you can do 6 feet apart if you're inside, wear a mask. If you're outside, just get vaccinated if you can. I know UAII does vaccinations, and I know Pukuu and the tribe do vaccinations as well. And we'll probably be able to provide you with more information on our next show. But thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching and laughing, and we appreciate you. And we'll see you soon. We'll see you at the next one, which is October. Somebody help me out.
27.
Yeah.
Yes, October 27th. Thanks, guys, for being here. We'll see you soon.
Thank you,
And
everybody.